Material Magic is the largest quilt show on Vancouver Island, and today we're getting a sneak peek. On today's show, Gabriola hippies, a generation that changed the world and the island. A little boy won't let cancer get in his way, and homemade barbecue sauce. That and more in the next 30 minutes. The Nanaimo Quilters Guild is preparing as we speak for Material Magic. It's Vancouver Island's largest quilt show, running here at Bevan Park through until May the 26th. There's actually some activities going on in the Centennial Building at Bevan Park as well. The event is huge. We're going to talk about the Quilters Guild and all of the things that they do for this community through their quilt work. And we'll talk about the show itself as well, of course, look at some of the pieces of art created in fabric. We're going to start things off on today's show over on Gabriola Island. The hippie movement was a time and an era of change and exploration of community and the establishment in oneself, and it had quite an impact on Gabriola Island. There is a hippie exhibit called Free Spirits Changing Times at the Gabriola Museum. It's running currently, and it includes and features artifacts that have been donated from the hippies of Gabriola Island, and the museum over there is open from 11 until 3:30 daily, right through until Canada Day. You can visit gabriolamuseum.org for more details. You are watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. Have you ever seen a quilt quite like this before? It is a work of art. This would never make it onto any bedspread or couch, I would venture to say.
No, it wouldn't.
Tell
Somebody's wall, but not the bed, no.
Somebody's wall. It is unique. I'm not a quilt person. I don't know a lot about quilting, but I can see that this is something different. How unusual is this piece?
Well, this come from a photograph that I took on my brother's farm, and so I blew the picture up, and then I copied all the buildings and cut them all out. So it's quite original. I mean, you're not going to see another one like it.
Right.
And then all the work was done. Most of it's done by machine. It's all machine done, and handwork. Some of it's hand sewn, but yeah.
Jillian, how many hours did you spend on this?
Oh, a lot. I started it in November at a quilting retreat, and then I've been working off and on since November, and I finished it up on Tuesday.
And you say you've been quilting for about 30 years.
Yeah,
Lily and Sharon quilting for 30 years, going hardcore for the last 20?
Yeah, about the last 20 years.
So how many hours in a day?
I don't do it continually. I work a lot in the mornings, and of course we have a quilting group that meets on Mondays, so I quilt there.
Right.
But I don't spend like all my time quilting. I do other things.
Why quilting? Why not painting or drawing or sculpture? This almost seems like a form of sculpture with the different applications here.
It's a form of painting, but it's done with fabric. So in other words, you're an artist, but you're doing it with fabric. And I don't know, just never had any desire to do painting. I like working with fabric. I was a sewer too. I used to sew clothes and stuff for my kids, so it just all goes together. It just revolves into one other thing.
You'd never know it by looking around the room here today, but is quilting a dying art form?
No, I think quilting's really grown in the last few years.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just become really popular, and a lot of them are going to the art quilts. You see a lot more art quilts than what you did a few years ago. Mm-hmm. It used to be the traditional quilts. We'll have a lot of those in the show too, but you'll see a lot of art quilts.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
Lillian is also the conveyor of the Material Magic Quilt Show that runs here at Bevan Park until the 26th. That is Sunday. We'll be back with more, never easy for me to say, after a short break. Still ahead today on Go Island, meet Marco. When cancer threatened to take him off the ice, he didn't give up. Drinking water in Qualicum Beach and homemade barbecue sauce. That and more still ahead today on Go. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. We're here during the setup for Material Magic, a quilt show put on by the Nanaimo Quilters Guild. It only happens every 3 years, and I don't think I'll look at quilts the same ever again. That is a New York skyline. It's absolutely gorgeous and makes me want to go back to New York again. But I digress. We're going to throw things over now to a story about a little boy, a young boy named Marco, and he was not going to let cancer get in the way of stopping him from doing what he loved to do. That dream, that goal came true for him thanks to the BC Children's Hospital. The World of Smiles Telethon is a major fundraiser for the BC Children's Hospital. It takes place this Sunday, May the 26th. You can catch it right here on Shaw TV from 5 until 11 p.m. You are watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4 and would like to throw out a congratulations and a job well done to Samira Russman, a local swimmer who we featured here on Go Island last week. After reconnecting with her passion for swimming after decades, only 6 months ago, she was the only local competitor to go to the national championships in Ottawa last week. Well, she brought home a bronze medal in the relay 200 meters freestyle and placed 6th or 8th in her individual events, coming in only fractions of a second behind world record holders. Congratulations once again to Samira Russman. We're going to throw things over now to Qualicum Beach. The Regional District of Nanaimo has been producing some videos in celebration, acknowledgement, recognition of Drinking Water Week, which ends on Sunday. Here now is a look at the drinking water system of Qualicum Beach. You are watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4, and the more time that I've spent here at Bevan Park during this setup for Material Magic, which runs through until the 26th, a show put on by the Nanaimo Quilters Guild, the more I'm realizing that I don't really know anything at all about the quilters world. This is a huge show, 3 years in preparation, Gail?
3 years in between shows, yes.
What is so involved? What is involved that makes it so huge? There's committees, and there's 348 quilts here on site.
Well, plus the fact that they're all new quilts with each show. So these quilts have not been shown for the Guild at any time before. So it takes us 3 years to be able to make enough quilts to actually show.
Okay. And are they functional? Like, is this something that you'd have on top of your bed and on your couch over the back, or is this art for display?
Both.
Okay.
Both. So we do functional, we do wall hangings, there's fiber art, applique, there's every kind of, from machine quilting, hand quilting. Some of them are to just look at and to enjoy instead of paintings on your walls. So
I overheard someone saying they wanted their quilt appraised. And is that for a dollar value, or is that for more of a...
It's for a dollar value. Some quilts are for sale in the show, and there is a boutique that has things for sale in it too. And it's also for insurance purposes. Some of these quilts are worth anywhere from $1,000 to $6,000–7,000. So
wow.
It depends.
And what makes them so valuable? The
time is huge. Time is huge. It's like any hobby. You don't get paid for your hours or what you put into the show. So it's very.
One of the things I've learned also in the last couple of days is that the Nanaimo Quilters Guild has contributed the equivalent of about $35,000 to the community. What are some of the organizations and how do you help them?
We contribute to about 12 main ones. The big one is we gave 120 quilts already this year to Haven House, and we do placemats to Meals on Wheels, a couple hundred of them every year. We give to Salvation Army, we do any catastrophe. We've even taken quilts to Houston and to New Orleans. We've done fire victims in BC. It's a wide range that we actually give to. Some of our quilters even will do quilts for one of their favorite charities, and it'll be used for an auction purpose or a raffle purpose, and they donate. It's a huge giving guild, and what they give back to their community. So it's kind of fun that they're able to share with everyone.
Is quilting something that's passed down from generation to generation? And if my mother or grandmother didn't pass it to me, am I sort of out of the loop and there's no hope yet? Or
Oh, there's got to be hope, because my mother didn't sew and she had a hard time turning on a sewing machine. So
that's me, yeah.
there is hope. And I only started quilting about 7 years ago. I think I'm in my 7th year now. So yes, there's lots of hope for.
What got you started?
Friends bugging me to quilt. I was going to try painting or something, but they were, oh, well, try quilting, and I'm hooked. It's a wonderful hobby. It's a really wonderful hobby.
Excellent. Thanks, Gail.
Thank you.
We'll tell you more about the details of the Material Magic Quilt Show, one of the largest on the island, that's here at Bevan Park until Sunday, the 26th of May. It's time now, though, to throw things over to our island chef. It is barbecue season, and do you buy that store-bought stuff to slab onto your chicken and steak? Well, you might want to try making it at home. Michael Williams is going to show you how. Yeah, and I think you want to be keeping those sticky fingers off of these beautiful quilts. Material Magic is put on by the Nanaimo Quilters Guild here at Bevan Park this weekend, runs through until Sunday. You can get all of the information at nanaimoquilters.ca, and it certainly is something to experience. That's it for this edition of Go Island. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.